welcome. Good morning, everyone. You know, an easy way to prepare your meat is to make a marinade, and someone's got the science behind it. It's Mairlyn Smith. She's going to tell you everything you need to know. And this is what you love.
I know.
You love the science behind food, and that's probably why you're a home economist. You know how these things work.
I know, and I find it so exciting. There's only one course you take about that in university. It's called The Function of Ingredients.
Okay.
And I love knowing the reason why things happen.
Yeah, well,
you know?
that's what can make cooking fun and a learning experience for your kids if you're getting them involved. This is going to make them excited about it.
You can call it chemistry in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
I like that, actually.
Is that my next cookbook?
I think
Maybe.
so.
Okay.
It might be.
All right, so the science behind a marinade is that you need something that is actually going to help tenderize. Now, nothing is going to cook. It's not going to tenderize it right through ever unless it's fish, and that's why you don't marinate it, because the acid actually is called degenerating the protein. And so that's why you don't marinate fish, and if you do, it's for a very short period of time.
Okay.
But the things that can do that are red wine, really dark beer, unsweetened tea, basically a rice vinegar, some kind of unsweetened tea. It's got tannic acid in it. It's amazing. And then a vinegar and anything citrus. So that's going to help. It's actually some kind of an acid in it. Okay, so that's going to do that.
So you need the acidic part.
You need the acidic part, and then you need some kind of oil to be. It's called a conduit. That's very sciencey, or as osmosis. But basically, it's just going to blend everything together.
Okay.
And if you're going to cook on low on your barbecue, you can use extra virgin olive oil. But if not, use this. Got a higher smoke point, so canola oil would be a better choice.
Okay.
And then you've got the herbs and the spices and onions and shallots and that kind of thing. And the reason you put that in is that a combination of those kinds of spices with garlic, oil, and one of these is going to reduce the carcinogens when you're barbecuing. And so the science behind that is even more than just the function of flavor and texture, but it's actually reducing carcinogens, and that's huge.
I did not know that. I thought it was just flavor.
No, it's not. Well, it totally adds the flavor for sure.
But it's serving a bigger function.
Big time. So specifically rosemary is one of the most potent ones, and then garlic, and any of the shallot or the onion family, like a shallot. And you can use dried herbs as well. You don't have to use fresh ones. Okay. So all those guys. And then you have like bells and whistles that add different kinds of flavors, like Worcestershire. The W one.
The W one?
And then, like, you know, this is garlic chili. Then you can use a ponzu or a mango chutney or even ketchup. But, you know, lightly with those guys. And, you know, you want the flavor of the food to come out too, as well as the combination. So don't go nuts and put like 47 ingredients in it, because people go,
well, that's a little bit much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
It's
Once
too
you
much.
have these three big sort of elements, you can make a marinade for any kind of meat.
You can totally do it, and that's what we're going to do. So the first one is for beef. Now, when you're barbecuing beef, I like to buy sirloin. It's way cheaper. It's a higher end meat, but it's going to take the flavor on. And the trick is to cut it into serving pieces first, because you're going to have more surface area that's touching the marinade. So you're going to get more flavor and more. Yeah, good.
That makes sense.
Okay, and then you can either. This is my home economist thing. I show this all the time. You can stick it in a bag, but you can put this into a flat, very shallow pan. The trick is that the marinade has to touch everything.
For sure.
Yeah, so
and it's good if you put it in a bag. You smoosh it all around, and it's just everything gets covered.
I love the smooshing too. Okay, so you're gonna dump the garlic in. Okay, here's a little rubber spatula to put it in if you want. And then just a little bit of oil. You don't need a lot, but you need that little kind of, you know, thing that is going to blend it all together. Okay. Do you want to do the ketchup on? Don't get it on your dress.
No, I won't.
Okay, and then so we've got an element. We've got the garlic and the onion, because we're going to put the green onion in, which is a little different, but it kind of looks cool when it's barbecued. Yeah. And then some. This is some. What is that? Worcester? I forget what it is. Anyway, you can find it on your recipe. I made the recipe up. I have no idea what's in it. Anyway, and then, Mama's got to have her beer.
Yeah, so, put the beer in there. Oh, boy.
Okay. There we go. And they found the research is the darker the beer, the better.
I'm looking for a towel
You're looking,
for you.
I've got it.
There
it is. Thank you very much. And, maybe I should sip some. No, never mind. Okay,
the darker the beer.
Yeah, the darker the beer, the better.
It's good for all sorts of things, actually.
It is, and it's got B vitamins in, but, you know, don't fool yourself.
Oh,
anyway,
wait, maybe we should put the meat in.
Yeah, we got to. Well, you can do a little shaky shake. That's hilarious. And then you're going to put the meat in. And I had a plastic bag to do that so I could not touch it. But, you know, you obviously wash your hands before and after. Yeah. I won't use this cloth again because I don't want to cross-contaminate my kitchen.
I will do this.
So
you're take all the air out.
And then squish, and then you lightly massage the meat. Okay. And, you know, you could totally freeze this. We were talking before. I do that for... Oh, man. Okay, I know. Okay, well, forget that. Okay, so we'll just move over here. Oh,
smoosh.
Smooshing.
There's air in there.
When you get all the air out and it's flat, you put it, store it in the refrigerator flat so that it's touching all surfaces. Okay.
Okay.
Now the next one is for pork tenderloin.
And put the date on there.
If you're freezing it.
If you're freezing it,
you
right?
listen.
That's
I
what
love
you say.
Yes,
yes.
okay, good. Was that yelling? Yes, I was a little bit. Okay.
That's okay.
All right, so now this is a peach marinade that I came up with.
So
now,
good.
I know, it's a really neat idea. I'm so impressed with myself.
It's a very good idea with pork. That makes sense.
It makes sense because I love pork with
a
peaches.
Little bit sweet.
These aren't in season right now in Canada, so I would
Yeah.
hold off doing this recipe until they're ready in your local
Sure.
province. But BC's really close. They are so hot right
They
now.
are,
They are hot. Now we're going to put whole garlic in
Okay.
and whole ginger because we're going to pulse it up.
Ooh, the ginger.
And whole shallots.
Yeah.
And a little bit of rice vinegar.
Okay.
And some canola oil.
How do you
and
come up
some-
with this recipe, though? Do
You know
just,
what?
Do you just test and try and taste and
Yeah.
like it needs a little more salt, it needs a little more of this.
Yeah, and you know what I do though is I come up with it in my head first.
Oh, really?
And
You
so
do?
in my head, yeah, I have voices in my head.
I know, there's a
and
lot
they
going
say-
on in there.
They say, Mairlyn, try this. Anyway, so I'm hoping I'm channeling Julia Child. Anyway, so we're gonna pulse this.
we don't need to do that?
Yeah, right. Mairlyn, put that right. I think it's good. Anyway,
Is that Julia Child?
That is Julia Child. A horrible impression.
Terrible.
God bless her. You ought to hear my Irish one. Oh, that'll really kill you. Anyway, so you put that in a bag and put the pork tenderloin in. Slice the pork tenderloin like long-wise, so
Yeah.
flatten out more surface area, okay?
Right.
And then the next one is for tofu because I have so many vegetarians in my life.
Yes.
And so it's always nice to have a barbecue and actually be able to cook something for them.
Absolutely.
How nice. Anyway,
I've
so
never barbecued tofu.
tofu, I know. My dad said, you
Actually.
can't do that, but you have to buy the right one. You brought up a really good point.
Okay.
This is extra firm tofu. If it's not extra firm,
Forget
right
it.
through the grate.
Yeah.
Okay, gross, okay? So now we've got some hot chilies.
Yeah.
We have minced shallot. We have lime juice. So once again, I've got
Nice.
those elements.
Yeah.
We got lime zest. We've got ginger, and then my little sneaky ingredient is mango chutney, and throw that in there and mix it all up. Now, what one really important thing I didn't talk about,
Yeah.
and this doesn't really apply to this one as much as it does to the meat one, but you can't use this marinade as a baste once it's cooked. I mean, once it's been marinated.
Okay,
So you always
yeah.
have to remove, and I wrote that in the list on City Line.
Yes.
Take 2 tablespoons out to use as a baste.
Okay.
But don't be using that after. Throw it out when you
Can't
take the
do
meat out.
it
Can't
because
do
you
it.
put the raw meat in
You're
there.
right. You will die.
You will die.
Okay, good. Or
so
make
I
someone very sick.
want to ask
Yeah.
you a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a fire in your kitchen?
Oh, yes. You know,
too many to count,
well, but
perhaps?
a lot. But I think the big thing is I had a dinner party once, and the
Yeah.
kitchen kind of had a bit of a fire. Brought everybody together. It was a really good team spirit thing,
Was it?
and it was the best dinner party ever. So if it's going bad, go light a fire in your kitchen.
I like that.
Yeah.